Hello, everyone. Welcome to At Ease, the show about veterans and the money that's available to them through RLC Veterans Assistance. You served, you deserve. The phone number, 702-473-0410. As always, with me is the CEO of RLC Veterans Assistance, Mr. Len Connell. Hello, Len.
Ron, how you doing? How you doing?
Good to have you here today. You know, you guys have been in business over there since 2019.
That's correct. 6 years in the business. That's correct.
You've been changing lives by turning denials into smiles.
That's right.
Your ability to get the veterans' money is uncanny. Over and over, every single week, people come in to see you, fill out the paperwork, do what they've got to do, and just a short time later, they get a check from the VA for their disability.
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit about how that works.
Well, you know, the thing is that all veterans out there, from the day they discharge, the VA puts up to $18 million away for their reintegration and rehabilitation in society. Unfortunately, they just can't show up and say, give me the money. They got to fight for it, kind of like filing a lawsuit or dealing with the IRS or fighting a speeding ticket. So recently, people like us who are called advocates have come into being to help assist that person with his or her claim. So we go through the mountain of paperwork, we strategize the claim, we deal with the VA, we show them the steps to get as much money as they possibly can based on the nature and number of their service-related disabilities, and all of y'all have them.
You've been operating for many years now, and you have two locations.
That's correct.
Tell us about the one at the fantastic swap meet.
So for the people in Las Vegas, we have a location that runs on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the fantastic indoor swap meet. That is found on the corner of Decatur and Oakey. For the old Las Vegas people, they knew it as the Fantastic Furniture Warehouse. Building's been there for 50 years. 1717 South Decatur. Now, if you go in and say, I need to talk to RLC Veterans Assistant, well, first of all, the guy that runs the place is our client, so he's going to tell you where we are. G5 and G6 Grand Avenue is where you find our two booths. Come see us 10 to 6. Candy runs it, and we'll do a great job for you.
Yeah, you're open again on the weekends. That's a great place to go, everybody, to go get some information about your veterans' benefits. Every day a veteran dies without ever receiving any of their benefits, and there's entitlements that their service earned. Unfortunately, too many veterans believe if they take their benefits, there's another veteran somewhere who's not getting benefits. Just dispel that.
That's a bold-faced lie. The only person that gets hurt if you do not take your rightly earned benefits is you. So your money does not go to a buddy. It doesn't go to somebody who needs it more. It doesn't go back to the VA. It doesn't go back to the mission. It doesn't go back to the service. What it does do is normally it's sucked back up by the central federal government, and it could be spent on something you probably don't agree with, like maybe giving it to Belgium the way that my father's excess money was given to, or maybe given to the oil and gas industry because they have it so tough, okay, based on what they did last year. So you only hurt yourself by not pursuing these benefits. I believe that everybody can get to the full 100% benefit like I got my dad. It might not be tomorrow. It could take 10 years. But let's get you on the road to getting as much as we possibly can. Because once again, and I own these 4 words, by the way, you served, you deserved.
Get those copyrighted, man.
Yeah, we already did it.
You already did that.
Copyright and trademark. Some dumb law firm in Maryland forgot to renew the copyright. They didn't put it on the form, so I grabbed it, okay?
Oh, well.
So anyway, last thing I want to talk about now, Monday through Friday, our office in Henderson is in near downtown Henderson, 5 minutes away from it. It's on 1300 North Boulder Highway, Suite C and Suite D. We control the entire center of the building. Henderson, Nevada, 89011. The way you look at it geographically, you have the Skyline Casino to the north of it. You have the Joker's Wild to the south of it. That's where we are. It's a big building. You can't miss it.
We're going to take a break right now. And when we come back, who's our guest?
We're going to have Candy Prada. And Candy is the mother of 2 former Marines who went through a lot of consternation when her kids went back. We were instrumental in getting one of her children benefits. We also pointed the other child in the right direction for him to do it himself.
So there we go. We'll be back with Candy on set, a real-life individual who experienced RLC Veterans Assistance, as I am as well. And I was very pleased with all the great service that was handed to me, all the things that they worked on, and I received my benefits in a very short period of time. We're back with Candy, Len, and Ron right after this.
Hey, Vegas! Are you ready to kickstart 2025 with a bang? The Composer's Room is your go-to destination for Las Vegas entertainment. Every day is a celebration here. From live music to comedy shows to magic acts, the Composer's Room has the entertainment with the Las Vegas vibe. If you are feeling lucky, then try your hand at one of our hot video poker machines. Who knows, you may hit the jackpot. Are you feeling thirsty? Our tavern serves the best drinks in Vegas. Whether you are a cocktail connoisseur or a beer buff, our bartenders got you covered. And let's not forget about the food. Our culinary delights are guaranteed to entertain your taste buds. And what's more, we've been voted best restaurant with live music. Come for the entertainment and stay for the food. Start celebrating 2025 in style at the Composer's Room. Our Vegas, our way.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to At Ease, the show for veterans, empowering heroes. Veteran support and success begins here with Len and RLC Veterans Assistance. Len, we have a guest on set right now. Tell us all about Candy.
Candy Prater, I've known her for many years, and I want to pull this back a little bit because oftentimes the way the VA benefit system is set up, we really don't understand the sacrifices that the families make. They've always been kind of viewed as not part of the mission. They didn't wear the uniform. They were never in battle. They never got hurt. But they served by holding up the home fires, making sure the bills were paid, making sure there was a roof out of their head, while the spouse who was a veteran is on a mission. Now, another person really neglected by the VA is the parents of veterans and the suffering they go through. Why is this important? I'm going to tell you why. 4 out of 5 people that wear the uniform today had neither a mother or a father who was in the service. The mother and the father are oblivious to what happened to their child. They were given a promise, a lot of them. Be all that you could be. Send me your child that you've invested 18 years or so of upbringing into, and we're going to send them back Army strong, Navy strong, aim high in the Air Force. The parents go, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, you're going to take my kid, you're going to give him back to me 6 years, and he's going to be an adult, and he's going to have $50,000 in the bank, and all this other stuff like that. As oftentimes as not, they get a child with disabilities, in a wheelchair, PTSD, service-related disabilities, and then they get what they never expected, which is now they have to take care of that child as if they were 4 years old. They're back and being independent. So what do we do accessing these VA benefits to help people like that? Now, Candy is mother of 2 former Marines. Let's talk about some of the challenges and a son-in-law too. So what are some of the challenges when your children came back?
Always a Marine.
Always a Marine. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, they always return with really bad PTSD. I want to say, as far as the benefits goes, like you were talking about earlier, the reason my son didn't need as much help as the others is because kids now are starting to get wise to it. They talk about it in the Corps ahead of time. So they start applying ahead of time. And that makes it so much easier. Start applying before you get out. And that is well, first of all, he was Marine infantry. 2-4, magnificent bastard, all banged up and PTSD out the wazoo. It's very obvious, very clear. Oh, and disability. Not disabled. It's injuries in service. They use that word on purpose. I don't use that word. My son is very capable, but he's all banged up. But anyway, because he started applying before he got out, once he got out, we just kind of coached him the rest of the way. And that's how he was able to get his 100% in 6 months. It can be done.
See, I knew Zach before he went in the service and after he went in the service, and he sat with me in that conference room, and he was a totally changed man. And if I can digress, he was one of the people that he was physically in my office, but mentally he was back on the battlefield. And we had one of our combat Marines or whatever else come back and do PT with him and talk to him, bring him up to the VA. And then it didn't take too long for them and his efforts, Zach's efforts, because he did start before he left the service, to get the 100%. But these are things that people are dealing with, and they don't have a clue. They think their son's going to come back, and then they get that look in their eye, and they're like, what did you do to Mike? Remember when he used to say,
Oh,
I don't know about that anymore. Talk about that.
It took over a year. So yes, when he first came back, you know, the guy who left was like, I love you, Mom. Here's a little bunny rabbit picture. You know, we would chat, and so, you know, silly and funny. And he came back and he was like, you do one little thing like wrong, and he was like, that's not what's always done. Do you understand? Do you understand? Screaming in my face. And it's like, whoa. You know, so it takes a while. The PTSD never goes away, but it takes a while for them to acclimate and to get back to normal. So like last night we sat up just watching videos and everything, and thank God he's calmer now, and we're starting to enjoy ourselves and get back to the norm again. But that PTSD, that underlying, it never goes away.
And that's why that money and that economic subsistence is so important, because if it's bad enough dealing with your own mother, imagine trying to get a job. And just to give you another statistic, 8 out of 10 former veterans that come out of the service are fired, not laid off, not rifted, terminated for cause from their first job 6 months out of the service. And why? Because they learned how to survive on the battlefield, and what was right on the battlefield doesn't add up on civilian life. And also, too, I pay more money in liability insurance, business liability insurance, because I deal with disabled veterans. Figure that one out. So let's talk about your daughter.
Okay, well, one second, I was going to say, when they get out of the Marine Corps, they're given a list of companies that will hire them, because most companies won't hire them because they're afraid of them, because they've been trained to kill. So they have to get their benefits. And the thing is, and the 83,000 VA workers just fired, not only did it take, if you don't start applying before you get out, if you start applying before you get out, you need our guidance. If you don't start applying before you go out, which is most of them, there's not a prayer of getting it. It takes people 10 to 25 years. Well, it did. Now it takes probably 50. I mean, they fired about 1/5 of them so far. Anyway, you guys need our help. My daughter, opera singer, vegan, graduated UNLV, just this lovely, little angel, found out that the Marine Corps was starting up a vocal program. So she's like, I want to sing for the Queen. So there's this worldwide, audition, and she got it. So she had to turn around and start training to join the Marine Corps. By the way, she was one of the platoons, one of the first two, where the girls and the guys both trained together. And she trained and passed boot camp doing the male training. So they didn't think it could be done, and she did it. But anyway, here's this little tiny lady who's just soft and beautiful and everything. And, now she can kill people with her hands, and she's a sharpshooter. But it took forever for her to get her clearance and everything. But yeah, bottom line is she goes into the Corps. COVID cancels her schedule. She's tortured in there. She's put into quarantine. The females in there were jealous of her, so she was tortured. So
it was a terrible situation. We're going to go into our next segment and talk more.
Yes, you're very compelling. The story you're telling us right now is very compelling, and we want to hear more of it.
Okay.
I believe that, Len, that your daughter was here.
Yeah.
And did a segment with you.
Yeah, Heather was here.
Yeah, she did.
She was here. I remember Heather. She was an amazing guest, and we really appreciated her.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more right here on At Ease, the show for veterans. You served, you deserve. RLC Veterans Assistance is the company that can help you get the veterans, the money you deserve on the benefits. Call us at 702-473-0410. That's 702-473-0410. We'll be back with more of Candy, Len, and me right after this.
Hey, Vegas! Are you ready to kickstart 2025 with a bang? The Composer's Room is your go-to destination for Las Vegas entertainment. Every day is a celebration here. From live music to comedy shows to magic acts, the Composer's Room has the entertainment with the Las Vegas vibe. If you are feeling lucky, then try your hand at one of our hot video poker machines. Who knows? You may hit the jackpot. Are you feeling thirsty? Our tavern serves the best drinks in Vegas. Whether you are a cocktail connoisseur or a beer buff, our bartenders got you covered. And let's not forget about the food. Our culinary delights are guaranteed to entertain your taste buds. And what's more, we've been voted best restaurant with live music. Come for the entertainment and stay for the food. Start celebrating 2025 in style at the Composer's Room. Our Vegas, our way.
It's At Ease, the show for veterans who deserve disability payments from the VA. Every single month, on the first of the month, I receive a check, direct deposit, right into my account because of my disability that Len and RLC arranged for me. I served, I deserve, and I got my disability. At RLC Veterans Assistance in Henderson, we stand shoulder to shoulder with those who served our nation. Empowering veterans is not just our mission, it's our commitment. With us again is Candy Prater and Len Connell, the CEO and boss over at RLC. Len?
So we're going to go back and talk to Candy. Now, her daughter was an extremely talented opera singer. Yeah, Frieder and the Marine said that she was going to get the opportunity to sing at functions, ceremonies, sing for the Queen, and all this other stuff like that. So she took him at his word, and there was a special program with the Marines to do this. But unfortunately, COVID kiboshed all that. So instead of her getting kind of thing that she would be in, she was committed for years and years to be a ground pounder and a rifleman. Which, by the way, not only did she do well, She did extremely well, and she was one of the best. But she was one of those people that was stuck in, they said they were going to train me for this, but I ended up doing that. And once again, this is going to be a hard sell because 8 out of 10 people in service, their parents never served a date. And if I was a business person and I told you, I'm going to do this, 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 I guarantee it. Then we gave me the money and we gave you that. You'd have me in court. And what they get is stuck for 3 years. Now, what happened also with her was that her first tour went well, but then the commanding officer changed. Everything didn't go so well. And then when she tried to apply for benefits, the VA said no twice before we got her 60%. So, Kenny, let's elaborate on.
Well, actually, she was put through all the torture at first. They loved abusing her. The COVID, when the COVID thing happened, they threw the program out the window and assigned her to all this other stuff. And right away, they're like, oh, come here. They wanted to torture her. She was everything that those people are, right? An opera singer, a vegan, hack it, yeah. Anyway, but they made her feel like, they make you all feel like you don't deserve anything. Thought, it's actually 2 words. They put it in the account for you. Throw the word disability out. Nobody's more able than veterans and military. You get injured. You get exposed to things. It's your money. You actually shouldn't have to be jumping out to get it. It should just be given to you. It's already in there. It doesn't go for anything else. But yeah, Heather, she got turned down by the VA. So kept saying, just try. Anyway, turned down twice. And I said, yes, you're okay. Wait for one to Len. And she gave us a shot.
We got her 60% around 5.
We got a big check. My daughter is so happy.
Let me ask you this, Candy. I mean, to jump in here real quick. How well did RLC Veterans Assistant take care of you? Tell us about your experience at Len's place with RLC.
Me, I'm not a veteran.
But
my children.
You chose, yes.
Changed my children's lives. My children are now getting what they deserve. Heather's actually pursuing board apple, but they were supposed to get their money. Heather would have never even known about it. Yes, so we're actually getting me started getting. But when all this was happening, Len kept reaching out to me through the internet because she said, "Oh, so money." So I got my certification.
And Candy, you followed along it. Now you're also at the advocate and work at our fantastic and our swapping locations on the weekends. And you're on and losing Marty showing there weekends from 10 to 6, Friday through Sunday. So, the takeaway from this, I can say, the military said no, the VA said no. I had to talk to Heather over and over. What she gave us the opportunity to do, you got it in 5 weeks, 60%. Raj, go ahead.
We'll take another break right now. We're going to come back in just a little bit and talk with Len some more. Len, something you gave me a notice on that recently the VA has laid off 72,000 workers. What we go with?
It's up to 83.
It's up to 83. Oh,
yes.
About a week come back. So it's up to just on that. Yeah. And tell us what that's all about, how it affects everything. So we'll be right back with more here on At Ease with Candy Prater, Len Connell, and yours truly. Be right back.
Hey, Vegas! Are you ready to kickstart 2025 with a bang? The Composer's Room is your go-to destination for Las Vegas entertainment. Every day is a celebration here. From live music to comedy shows to magic acts, the Composer's Room has the entertainment with the Las Vegas vibe. If you are feeling lucky, then try your hand at one of our hot video poker machines. Who knows? You may hit the jackpot. Are you feeling thirsty? Our tavern serves the best drinks in Vegas. Whether you are a cocktail connoisseur or a beer buff, our bartenders got you covered. And let's not forget about the food. Our culinary delights are guaranteed to entertain your taste buds. And what's more, we've been voted best restaurant with live music. Come for the entertainment and stay for the food. Start celebrating 2025 in style at the Composer's Room. Our Vegas, our way.
Ten, nine, eight, seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
The show is called At Ease, brought to you by RLC Veterans Assistance, Len Connell, the CEO, and the man that will help you get the benefits you so deserve. Len, before the break, I mentioned it's up to $83,000 now, according to Candy. What's that all about?
Well, the Doge Act, what they've done is they're looking for waste, fraud, and abuse in the government budgets, and civil service, state government, public service always has that because of how it's structured. One thing that happened was that they laid off 15% of the field force of the VA, roughly 83,000 people. Now, what's that going to do? If you try to do it yourself, chances are there's going to be nobody to talk to. You got to remember that in Nevada, we have 61 cities. 50 of them have no access at all to VA services, and 45% of all Nevada veterans live in those 50 cities. So if you think it's bad now, it's going to get worse. This is what we've done. We are tied in online with the VA. I spent $4,000 to set up a computer system to do this. So we've taken away a lot of the need of the manpower at the VA who's basically not going to be there. Come see us. Our advocates will enter your claim. We'll process it. We'll set you up with va.gov. And what we'll do is we'll upload the evidence from there and save you a trip to a VA office that probably is going to be closed.
Really?
Yes. Because you're losing 15% of your field force. I mean, you take any company and take out 15% of the people that are working there, what do you think is going to happen? And by the way, they weren't doing all that well in the beginning, okay? So doing it yourself, you get an 11% chance of getting anything. Going to a veteran service organization like the VFW and some of the others, 20 to 24%. 3 out of 4 times they say no. And we're running around 93% success.
93% of everyone that you filed for has received benefits.
Yes.
Yes. Most veterans I have spoken to, when they do it themselves, it takes 10 to 25 years to do it themselves.
Wow.
Now, since we haven't gotten more but less workers, it's going to take more than 25 years. So I tell vets, add up $4,000 a month times that. It's better to come to us. It's practically impossible for them to get it now. Us, we do on average, usually about 6 months to a year. That's pretty much what we're averaging. Yeah, and you guys, unfortunately, just don't even stand a prayer without help from us or a lawyer or somebody. But us now, especially though, because we have that program and other people don't, it skips steps in the VA.
Thank you so much, Candy, for being here on At Ease today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Len.
Thank you.
You brought us another great guest. We hope to see you again next week with another guest. And we have to wrap it up right now. Final words, Len?
And what we're going to do is every episode, we're going to bring on another client that we've helped get benefits or a loved one. We're going to do it until we run out. And by the way, we've only got 4,000 to go through.
That's it. Thank you for watching At Ease, the show from RLC Veterans Assistance. We'll be back next week with more information so you can get the benefits you so deserve. Bye-bye.